Hey, what's up, Internet? It's Chris Krug at the Interface Digital Health Summit. We're on lunch, and I'm here with Anthony Kaul of Cloud DX. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, thank you very much.
Very good. Anthony and his partners have invented a really cool piece of electronics. We keep hearing about tricorders here and the ability to kind of have a device that senses biometric data about yourself or someone there, and then you can make decisions based on that. And
Correct.
This is an emerging theme as well in kind of general society, in so much as the XPRIZE has a tricorder competition. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The Tricorder Qualcomm Tricorder XPRIZE is a $10 million innovation contest over 3.5 years. Started out with 330 companies, and now it's whittled down to the top 7, of which we happen to be one of them.
Yeah, man.
I know it's been a rush. It's been a bit of a ride.
So let's just dial this back a little bit. There's a lot of smart scientists who watch this show. There's also other people who are just generalists, like my mother. And so, Mom, what's the XPRIZE for Mom?
So the XPRIZE for Mom, the XPRIZE Foundation is a foundation that puts ridiculous, almost impossible, big hairy goals out, throws a lot of money behind them so that individuals and entrepreneurs will go out there and fight like crazy to win the award.
And their first one was Mission to Space?
Correct. The first one was the Ansari XPRIZE, and
it's been won.
It's been won, and that's ended up being Virgin Galactic.
Right.
Ultimately, the
company
spin-off
that came
out of that was Virgin Galactic.
And their goal was to get to space twice in a month or something like that?
Their initial goal is just to be the first non-governmental entity to put a guy in orbit.
Okay.
That concept. And before Ansari, launching a rocket into space was illegal for a non-government entity, and now we have this billions of dollars worth of private space flight industry that's directly because of XPRIZE.
Right.
So they create contests, the Google Lunar Lander XPRIZE. They create contests around
the genomics one's quite interesting.
The genomics ones clean up the ocean. You know,
what's the genomics ones? What, sequence 1,000 human genomes in a month for less than $100 a piece or something like?
I think it's
pretty close to that.
I'm not a subject matter expert on that one, but that sounds about right.
But the one you are subject matter expert on, tell me about that.
Well, I'm not really supposed to talk about what my therapist says, but I'll dive back in. So our contest is about creating a device, an autonomous doctor, a robot doctor, has to be able to autonomously diagnose 15 different illnesses and conditions, and it has to be able to monitor all 5 core vital signs for 72 hours and shoot all of that data up to the cloud so we can make diagnostic decisions and crunch that and monitor patients remotely.
And you succeeded. You've built the device.
We've built the device. We've delivered prototypes to.
I see a little piece of it hanging out of your shirt
UC
here.
San Diego. This is the continuous vital sign. Now I'm going to get.
That's
you know,
fine,
it was this kind of show.
This is actually a PG-13 rated podcast.
Okay, there we go. So this device is our continuous vital sign monitor, and when it's in place, it's monitoring all 5 core vital signs.
Does it wrap around your neck there?
It wraps around our neck.
Awesome, very good.
The technical term is called a torque.
Okay, yeah.
And it's pulling off
from Celtic mythology, I believe.
There we go. Look at that. Okay. It's pulling off ECG. It's pulling off heart rate variabilities. We're using a sensor in the ear, does pulse oxygenation and core body temperature.
This is so cool, guys. This is a real device. He's actually wearing it. Here's the packaging down here. The Vitality. Amazing, and you're the only person I've ever met who has competed for XPRIZE. So what's that like?
It's hell.
Just the levels of adjudication and review.
It's first of all, it's really, really hard, right? You're trying to create something. It costs a fortune. It's really, really hard. The science it's a big, hairy goal for a reason.
Yeah.
Diagnosing disease autonomously is very difficult to do, but it's been earth-shattering for our team. You know, it's a great central thing to pivot a bunch of people around. So it's been fantastic.
Do you think that the Qualcomm Tricorder XPRIZE fits into the general kind of definition of XPRIZE, where the purpose was to give a financial incentive to solve problems that maybe like governments or companies weren't in the best place to solve themselves? Is that accurate?
I think so, and I think that it's about the appetite for a robot doctor.
Right.
I don't think the medical community has a big appetite for a robot doctor.
Right.
The idea of machines diagnosing disease is a little bit future forward, I think. Although it has to happen. We have to. That decision support has to be pushed farther and farther down the tree.
And if they're diagnosing disease, it's only a small leap from there to go ahead and treat it if we know it's wrong.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we know the whole medical system's broken, and part of fixing that is it doesn't make any sense to me that doctors diagnose strep throat.
Right.
I know when my kid has strep throat, I need an antibiotic. So if my machine at home, my tricorder at home, can diagnose my kid's strep throat, bypass that system, that actually solves a lot of problems.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we've got to catch the FDA
Freeing up
up on
capacity
that.
of the system and all the rest. Cool, Anthony. This is amazing. I've had my mind blown a couple times today. Tricorders, 3D printing.
It's been a great conference. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Anthony Kaul and Kris signing off from the famous green roof at the Vancouver Convention Center. Over and out for now. Internet.
Cheers.